It's the Mavericks in Dallas, Texas for a little interconference action here at the American Airlines Center. It's the end of a string of away games for the Pacers as they look forward to returning home after this one. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And you'd expect nothing less. My, oh my. I mean, that nearly brought the backboard down with that slam.
Well, don't you think, Ray, that's always a possibility when he's the one to finish?
No doubt.
Especially, guys, when he's given the kind of space he had that time.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. George with no one around. Drills it from outside. George has got his second bucket of the night.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
A chance now to go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
His biggest concern seemed to be how to contain Monte Ellis on the offensive end. He said, quote, no matter where he is on the floor, he is a threat to score because he can get into the lane whenever he wants. We'll just have to try and get the ball out of his hands on the offensive end. We'll see if they can do just that.
Thank you, Doris. Martin with the bucket.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Screen by Ellis to the inside. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. There's the pass to Smooth. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's George, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Parsons against George. Parsons dishes to Martin. From 13 feet, it goes down. Martin's got his second basket of the game.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone. You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Clarkson, and he gets it back. Up and in on the way. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Clarkson. The shot's good from Smooth. Smooth's got his first points of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And that one's good.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Indiana leading. Inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's now 9 points for Paul George. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to Houston.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Smooth. Shot off the pick. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. And he gets it to go.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win. Really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Checking out the stats for Paul George. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 4 rebounds, and impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy. All elements working together. The game is coming easy to him right now.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Chris Humphries. In Indiana with the change here, too. George Hill's checked in for Ellis. Pacers leading by 4. Here's Smooth. 32 points for him last game against Houston. And it's George finishing it off.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Dishes to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Martin wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray. Martin's got 7 points in the game. Here's Smooth. His average of about 35.5 points a game is pretty astounding, but one that he's worked very hard for. Gadsden. And his first shot of the game, no good.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Martin with the bucket.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Here's Smooth. To the paint. Here's George. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
George against Gallinari. They set the pick. All sorts of time. They get the rebound. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Mavericks dancers. Mavericks dancers. Give them a round of applause.
Dallas leading by 4. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana. Smooth, he's in at point guard. Paul George is out there with Johnson. Then there's Hill. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets had a huge game. He ended with 32 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. Kicks it out to Parsons. Here's the screen. Pass to Boyd. The 17-footer. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to George. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to Golden State.
And really, they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game. I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean,
yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they...
Chris Humphries has checked in for Dallas. Martin comes in for Fournier. Ellis is checked in for Indiana.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. And fancy finishes like that look great, but, man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Smooth shot is off.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Clarkson kicks to Martin. He feeds it to Baines. Just 5 to shoot. Parsons with 3. It's rebounded by Indiana, and this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Now, here's Clarkson, defended by Smooth. Outside Martin. Lots of room. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Here's Smooth. He's covered by Clarkson. From deep, George. The shot will not go. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backcourt.
From 13, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Yes.
George has got 24.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Okay, Dallas, stepping onto the court.
Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in field goal percentage, first in fewest turnovers a game, and they're #1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
That is good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Smooth. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. He hits both from the stripe.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The Mavericks trailing. Clarkson kicks to Gallinari. Feeds it to Martin. Down low. Out left to the wing. Here's Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Smooth. Gallinari covering. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Kevin Martin on the wing. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. He was all alone on that one. Gallinari's got 5 points in the quarter. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. There's the screen. At the elbow, it's Turner. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Clarkson passes to Humphries. The feed now to Gallinari. Picked by Humphries. Off the screen. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Wesley Johnson picks one up. And so we conclude.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Frank Vogel. And, Coach, you've got to be pleased with that first half. The ball was moving. Your guys were sharing. Things were going well for you. What about it pleased you?
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
Thank you, Frank. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dort. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and he's the ringleader of their offense. And what we saw in that first half with his ability to keep everybody involved is the reason why they're playing well.
And that's just the thing. I mean, he knows how to share the sugar. He makes sure everybody gets a touch, and that keeps the offense balanced and productive.
Chris Humphries is out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Martin. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Clarkson in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Outside, Martin. The 9-foot shot. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Clarkson's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Mavs. There's the screen to the middle. Here's George. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Pacers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first free throw is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Mavericks trailed by 5. The dish to Martin, all alone. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Passes it to Smooth. Takes a 3. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Smooth's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pacers. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. To the paint, poked loose. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here's Humphries, and Gibson sends it back. Here's George. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
George, no good on the free throw.
George having a fantastic game. He's got 27 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
The Mavericks have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And, guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
Here's Smooth, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
To the middle, up off the screen, and George with the stuff.
And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Now, here's Clarkson. 10 points for him. Picked by Humphries. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Smooth. For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing.
And with this break,
Spacing.
why don't we check out the hottest shooting point guards over the last month? Freak number 1.
And that percentage is what you'd expect to see from your big men. I mean, to get it from a guy who spends most of his time on the perimeter says a lot about his efficiency.
He has been absolutely deadly from the field, and that's because he's just as good at creating his own shots as he is at getting shots for his teammates. He knows how to find the open looks.
They set the pick. Martin dishes to Humphries. And Baines kicks to Parsons. 6 on the shot clock. Shot off the screen, and that one's good. Parsons got 5 points now this quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Smooth, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the first one at the line is good.
Just a fantastic game for Smooth. He's got 16 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Mavericks trail by 11. Kicks to Humphries. Parsons outside. It's Martin on the wing. Ellis with some nice D.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
But they recover it. The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Pacers leading by 11. Gibson passes to Smooth. Outside, George. George double teamed, and there's the pass to Smooth.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Martin. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers. Both teams making some changes here. 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. 1 second left. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay. The clock's still ticking when it left his fingertips.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And, Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always...
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Pacers leading by 8. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Smooth, he's in at the point. He's out there with Ellis, and it's Diaz in at the small forward position.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Smooth. Gallinari recovering from outside the arc, and the Pacers another 3.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Great open look there. 14 points for Chandler Parsons.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. He used that pick to get in close. And the Pacers lead by 12.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's Gallinari. Again, the Mavericks score.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Here's Smooth. Can't hit from the elbow.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Gallinari up top. Shot from the wing. Here's Humphries. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Johnson with a screen on Gallinari. And he banks in the layup. And it's 7 points for Johnson.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
From 12 feet out, rejected by Smooth. From deep. Humphries gets the rebound. Mavericks trail by 10. Gallinari with it. To the middle. Here's Humphries. It's blocked. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Ellis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And now a 12-point Pacer lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Baines tries yet again. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 4 this quarter.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Smooth passes to Johnson. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Tries from 16, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Fournier's got it back down to within single digits for Dallas. Indiana's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Smooth passes to Johnson. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Johnson with a screen on Gallinari. Johnson attacking, and he banks in the layup. And the Pacers lead by 10.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now, here is Gallinari. Defense is right there. Some solid defense from Smooth.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Down low. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's covered by Smooth. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 10 and a basket from Baines.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Mavericks dancers.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Martin comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Gallinari. Pacers leading by 10. Here's Smooth. From deep, George. Here's Gadsden. And he makes good on the layup.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Now, here's Clarkson. D right on him. Puts it up from 17. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Humphries.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half. But since the break, he's been on target.
There's a good screen to the middle. Here's George. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
And dishes to Martin. Another three for Dallas.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Pacers leading by 9. Here's Smooth. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Clarkson. Baseline J on the way. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Here's Smooth. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Indiana's gotten just one of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Kept hold as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That's on Monte Ellis.
We've seen Kevin Martin getting it done. 22 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total. A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
It's stolen by Martin.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
On offense, here are the Pacers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Clarkson. Inside, it's tipped.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Can't connect from 14 feet out. Here's Smooth, covered by Martin. Ellis with a screen on Martin. Down low. To the left wing. Here's Smooth. And he bangs it home with one hand.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
So it's Indiana picking up the win, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
I'm alongside Paul George. And Paul, you really looked like you were having fun and playing a very fluid game. Did you feel like you were just in a flow out there?
I did. I got hot. I was looking for the ball, looking to make plays.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
Boom, 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 boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious